For this Kitbash video, we're going to take a look at G.I. Joe Classified Series number 148. This is G.I. Joe Leatherneck. I received my copy from Hasbro Pulse this afternoon, and since this action figure has been reviewed by other reviewers, I generally already had an idea as to how to depict my own version of Leatherneck. Okay, so let us first do a quick 360 view of the simplified build. Okay, so the base action figure is good, so we're not going to tweak any part of the base action figure. So we just did a little bit of adjusting here and there with regards to the gear of this guy. So let us first take a look at the basic or the main battle increment or armament of Leatherneck, which is going to be a AR-15 or an M4 variant with a underslung or underbelly M203 grenade launcher. Okay, the problem with the original design that came with this action figure out of box is going to be that very puny carry handle. So what I did was just to cut off that carry handle because it was very unsightly. Okay, so we replaced that with the scope or the red dot sight that comes with the weapon of G.I. Joe Classified Series Tiger Force Outback. So the tools for this kitbash is just very simple. It's just going to be an X-Acto knife and glue. Now, the next thing that we did to this weapon is going to paint the magazine. So just pick the choice of painting material that you wish to use with this action figure. Well, my primary mode of paint is going to be nail polish, just different color, so silver color. Okay, so next thing was to increase the diameter of the hole of the M203 grenade launcher, because it's supposed to house a blast effect, but since I'm not interested in housing a blast effect for this M203 grenade launcher, I just increased the hole so it would really feel like an M203 grenade launcher with that big opening. So yeah, something makes sense. Okay, so let's move on to the changes on the action figure. So the only thing that we need to add to this rifle is going to be a sling. Okay, so before we discuss this section and that section, let us first move on to the back. So why did I opt for G.I. Joe Classified Series Outback or the 60th Anniversary's Action Soldier backpack, when the original piece that came with this action figure is more show accurate? Well, actually, I have a problem with that backpack. Somehow, it just doesn't want to stay in place no matter how hard you try to push it. It just would detach by itself. And when you move the action figure or try to do poses, it would really drastically shift positions. But with this backpack, it's a nice fit. Stays in place no matter what kind of action figure pose you do with Leatherneck. Okay, so we already settled this aspect, so we're moving towards the load-bearing vest. Okay, so this section used to house the knife. And why did I took off the knife and place the thigh-mounted radio? So the radio was located in this section. It's a thigh mount. It's not connected to the belt. Okay, so it just doesn't make sense to have a really huge knife on this section wherein you can't use the molly webbing on the vest on this section. So what I did was just to take off the knife. So it's an easy thing, no need to use a hair dryer. You just use your fingers. So just peel it off and resituate it. As to where I place the knife, I'm going to show that later once we move to the belt. Okay, so what I did to the thigh mounted radio, I just cut off the straps and glued the radio to this part of the vest. So somehow having a radio on this section of the vest makes sense as a piece of combat equipment. Okay, so next. So once we freed this section, we place something that really makes sense with regards to things that you're going to use in the field. So this guy sports a underbelly M203 grenade launcher for his primary weapon. So we need ammunition or rounds. So that's the reason why I also took that knife off, placed the radio there, so I could make use of the molly system on this side of the vest. So I could attach M203 grenade rounds. So that is from an Action Force Valor's vest, which I'm no longer using. So this vest. So I just cut off the front section, and then with a X-Acto knife I took off excess material so it would fit the molly side of this vest. Okay, now moving on to the battle belt. So the holster used to be a thigh mounted thing too. So yeah, that is really not my thing. So what I did was just to cut off the straps, the thigh mounting straps, and resituated the holster to the belt line. Anyway, the belt line is really free. It only has a single mag pouch on this section. So the pistol magazine pouch, I cut it off and resituated it on the side of the holster. There you go. So very easy, simple fix. So it's the pistol holster. Once I move the right thigh of the action figure, it's not going to shift positions. So for action figure play, this type of setup makes more sense. Okay, so the magazine caddies that comes from Action Force Valor's, that is a remnant of an accessory from my Senshi Action Force Valor's action figure. So since this is free, so I'm open to use this. So yep, Leatherneck has 2 extra magazines for his primary weapon that is located on his battle belt. And the last thing that I did, of course, my favorite position, if you're following this channel, my favorite position for carrying a fixed blade is going to be scout carry. Plus, with action figure builds, this is my preferred position for a knife instead of a thigh mounted one or a vest mounted one, because this really makes sense for me personally. So that's how I roll. That's the thing with the blade of this Leatherneck knife. I really like how it is constructed, the design. So it's a good looking blade. Okay, there you go. So nice and simple build, nice and clean, and the gear loadout makes sense. I would have wished that these rifle magazine pouches would be located on this section, and so these M203 grenades could be transferred on this section. But yeah, if I'm going to carve that out, it's going to be a mess. So instead of defying gravity with the design that is already present, I just make do with what is on and do a little bit of tweaks and improvements. Okay, so that's my nice and simple Kitbash solution for Marine Sergeant Leatherneck of the 1st Marine Division. Okay, so if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.